Go.
Streaming from South Africa to the world. This is the Stonks Go Moon podcast. What just happened? We break it down so you don't have to.
Welcome everyone to the Stonks Go Moon podcast. My guest today, Kucuk, head of gaming at Tezos. Welcome to the pod.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here.
Dude, first of all, congratulations on the new position. How long's it been?
Thank you. So I've joined the Tezos ecosystem about, I think, almost 2 years now, and I was mainly working in product. So with this new role, I will be, I will have a better chance to work with lots of games, more and more, I guess.
Okay. Any teachings from your role? Because it's not like you're an outsider, so you're promoted from within. Any teachings that you are bringing along with you in this role that you think will help you succeed?
Yeah, of course. So as I told you, I was mainly working on gaming products before this in like two different parts. The first one was obviously the games, the projects itself. And then the second one was tooling for developers. So I worked in both sides. And if you work both in like production and then, the external view of it, then you get like both perspectives. So it literally just like, helps you to have a good overview of, what I should be working on right now and what I should be fixing or building.
Okay, as head of gaming, what is that? What should you be doing?
Yeah, as head of gaming, I think obviously your aim is to increase adoption on the Tezos and Etherlink blockchains. Like this is what we want to do. You increase the amount of users and keep the community happy. That's what I want to do personally. And then again, there are different angles for this. The first one is obviously finding the top talent to work with. We already got lots of talented people, but the second thing, and even more important, is just pointing them at the right direction, right? It's not like forcing them to, okay, you should be building this is the next big thing. No, but just find the strengths of the studios, what they are passionate about, and then see how they can meaningfully use our tech. Like that's kind of the goal.
Yeah, so are you looking to actively recruit, or are you sort of happy with what you have?
Second things, I like two things. I think the first one is we are already working with a few external sort of game studios, like partners.
Yes.
But the second important thing is I'm also looking to keep building and pushing things internally, because also back in the time I had my own game studio, which was a relatively successful mobile game studio. So
that's being modest, sir. That's absolutely being modest now. Come now. That was you're being modest. I like it, but it was let's just say it was all right.
It was all right. So that's also why I still want to build things internally as well.
Yes. Because you're still a builder, right?
Yeah, I'm in heart. That's what I enjoy the most, and that's where I believe I kind of succeed. So I want to keep doing that.
Okay, so what type of games are we looking to build, or for people to build on the Tezos ecosystem? What do you think is going to be popular now, but also going forward? Because I feel like we should always look at what's next as well as what we have now.
Fully agreed. I fully agree. I mean, so obviously there are the usual suspects, right?
Yes.
First off, you have very good-looking games, like AAA, AA games on PC console that everyone loves talking about, and everyone gets high interest. And of course, it's in our scope, projects like that. But for this year, I want to focus on a few different things than what we did before. To be honest, until now, most of blockchains, lots of different companies in the Tezos ecosystem, they've all tried to aim for mass adoption. And I don't see anything wrong with that. I think we should be aiming for mass adoption, but it's also too much risk if you want to grow in a fast phase. So I want to work more with the projects where we can execute and ship fast. And rather than targeting mass adoption, I want to target existing degens, pretty much crypto users. I want to target them first because that's where today's value lives. That's where the volume today is. That's where the users today are, and they are much easier to target if you have a fun game or a gamified DeFi experience, I would say, or more financialized games, I would say. So the users are already there, and I also want to kind of touch in that mainly.
because you've got a background in mini games, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Like I'm all about shipping stuff fast. Like
Yes.
it's very low cost. You are in the market in 2 weeks, and like this market
Two
is changing into
weeks. Sorry, 2 weeks.
yeah. Like
Jeez.
after AI stuff, especially, but even before that, when
Oh,
I had my own game studio, like
yes.
obviously we were 45
Yes.
people at peak or 50, something around that, but
Mm-hmm.
we were literally like pushing 4 or 5 prototypes, not like full complete games, of
Mm,
course,
mm,
in a
mm,
week,
mm.
like literally in a week. So that was an insane kind of production pipeline, and I kind of want to replicate that because the things I've built so far myself or with the team, it's also like fast production.
Oh,
And we need to be fast. Like, look at Web3, look at what happened in just the
yes.
weekend, the last
Yes.
weekend.
Yes.
It's
This
crazy.
it's almost like if you're still thinking about it and you're not doing it, then the moment you want to do it, someone's already done it, and then you
Absolutely.
have to start thinking again. Talk to me about AI because you mentioned AI when you were building. Is it faster? Is it better to build with AI? What's that experience like from a gaming perspective?
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, literally one of the big drivers that I wanted to build more stuff internally because we don't have the biggest resources to build games,
Mm.
right? It's an expensive thing. You have to build the whole team.
I
But
don't
we have
think
some.
people, yeah, sorry, I don't think people realize how expensive it is to build
Yeah.
a game. People think it's like this little thing, it's a couple of bucks, and you put it out there, you make lots of money.
Exactly.
What type of capital investment are we talking about that you need to put in before you get anything out?
But to be honest, like it's the painful part is the setup of the team that is going to build the game,
Yes.
which the setup would be determined by the type of the game you want to build.
Okay.
For example, if it's a simple mobile game, what we call hyper casual games for like
Uh-huh.
well children love to play on mobile, like you can build it with one game developer plus one 3D artist. And then for
Okay.
UI, I don't know what the hell are you gonna do, but maybe outsource. So it can be like you can be cheap there,
Okay.
like I don't know 10 20K you can build a prototype, but like for larger games then you need to be talking about millions. Like of course there, if you look at games like Off the Grid, for example, they're obviously very expensive games to build, or like Providence, so they're obviously very expensive. But coming back to the AI
Yeah, yeah,
question,
sorry. Back to the AI.
yeah, so it's like it's getting insane because AI always sort of provides you a boilerplate first of all. So when you want to start off with something,
Mhm.
um, the main structure of the project is already there for you by AI. I think you can get to an amazing stage with AI, like in terms of your project, even if you don't know any coding, by the way, even if
No
you know
code.
zero code.
Yeah.
But then at some point you need a developer to scale that. So basically it's maybe 10x is your speed as a dev. That's what I love about it.
10x.
Yeah. Have you ever tried any of those like
Yeah, yeah,
AI?
I've built, and I can't code for the hell of me, and I've just followed tutorials and built little mini games and stuff. But just to think about that tool in the hands of someone that can actually code and debug and
Exactly.
knows what's going on, and if I think about how fast we are moving from the first GPT model until what's it now, 01 or 10, and where we're going, that's just going to become exponentially faster.
Absolutely agree. Like try products like Bolt.new, for example. Like
Okay.
I really suggest you try it. It's
Mhm.
literally like you will lose your mind when you try it. Like just trust me, it's just insane. Like and as you said, it just I'm also not a developer, right? I'm
Yes.
also of course a bit technical because I worked in product a lot and
Yes.
worked in SDKs and whatnot, but still like this helps you to catch any trends, any kind of this dynamic industry pretty much. For example, I will just give you a very quick example.
Sure.
About a month ago, people on Tezos, like Twitter, Tezos Twitter, basically had this trend of like having blue eyes on profile pictures, the classic DJ stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And an amazing artist was doing all of these arts for people manually. So literally using AI in 2 hours, I was able to push out a tool to, you upload your picture, it automatically places the lasers in your eyes and you get the output. That's it. And literally this takes like 2 hours and then it was already live. And then in a week you have 15K users. So this is like what I think what we should be excelling at, seeing opportunities, pushing fast, just building something every day literally, and that
Yeah.
should be our aim.
And now once they figure out the, I would say, the user interface, maybe a bit of a UX for AI agents, that's also becoming or will become instantaneous. You can just put in a
Absolutely.
prompt and then so to me, then it becomes less of the code and more about what it is up here, because you as FA still seeing the trend before it happens, but you now can push that button to also almost make it instantaneously happen, and that's awesome.
Absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely. Like that's what Bolt New is for you. Try it out.
Yeah.
Like it has a beautiful interface now. If you have any idea, literally anything, just try it out today and get back to me. I know you will be amazed.
Last thing before I let you leave, you spoke a bit about pushing teams in the right direction. What when you speak to gaming studios, right, and you're trying to give them some feedback, maybe not telling them what to do, well, how exactly does that conversation go? Because I think between my talking with gaming studios and people when you're talking about their baby, they get very touchy. There's a very touchy subject, right? Because people don't want to hear anything negative. You must sort of, So how is that experience? Because it's kind of your job now to do. How do
Yeah,
you
yeah,
go?
yeah.
How do you go about that?
So I'm like frankly very used to doing this now because I also ran a game
So
incubator for
you
a very
know,
long time, right?
okay,
So I dealt with like lots of different sizes of studios, development teams from like different.
okay,
So I think the first thing is I just put it very clearly. If have any feeling that they're in love with their product, which is the big one of the biggest mistakes you can make at some point,
mm,
I'm just being very clear. I'm just gonna be honest. This is blah blah blah. This is the reason
mm,
your game is shit. Blah. Of course,
mm.
not in this language, but
No,
you
no,
get the
no.
point.
Yes, 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 yes.
But and I take like two, three approaches. First of all, if I'm giving any examples, so let's say I'm giving a product feedback, I
Mm,
said the first time user experience is bad because of this, and that, and then I of course back it up with examples.
mm,
If I give a good example, there is a similar game that they have, like a good example with success. Look,
mm-hmm,
these guys are doing it this way. I think you can just replicate this. So
mm,
sometimes you don't have to, reinvent everything. Like most of the time, if it's
yes,
already built, if it's already out there, just like repurpose it, just use it, like follow the lead.
yes,
I'm not saying don't be unique, but I'm talking about like small parts of your game, like tutorial of your game. I don't know, the referral system for user engagement. So
yeah,
that's the one thing, product
okay,
feedback. And then the second approach is always about go to market strategy,
mm,
because this is where I realize most of Web3 game studios are not very good at, or not very prepared at. They are not very thinking of user acquisition from day one. So you need to be thinking of user acquisition. What will be my target CPI? What will be my target conversion rate? Where am I going to push any paid ads if I'm doing any? Am I going to do performance marketing, or am I going to focus on Web3 people? So I think that's also very, very important. And that's how
ah,
I approach it.
sounds awesome. If the listeners want to go connect, or game studios want to connect with you and find out more about the Tezos blockchain network, where can they do that?
Amazing. So I will be really happy if people do that. I think the best place would be just Twitter, to be honest.
Yeah,
My DMs are open for literally anyone. Maybe we can leave a little link below. Uh,
absolutely. We'll put the link in the comments, and you're very easy to find, might I add. So,
yeah. I'm quite doxed on the internet, to be honest. Just type out my name and you'll see all my socials. Just text me somewhere.
as you should, sir. Thank you so much for joining me today, and to our listeners, peace, love, and prosperity. And we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.
No turning back, I'm lost in the night. I'm running in between, breaking through the static of a broken dream. Wires pulse, but they can't hold me. Glitching through the matrix, I am free. Encrypted secrets, locked behind the sky. I hear the data streams whisper a lie. Rewrite a fate with my fingertips. One mouse key and they've never seen. One last loop, then I'm gone. Into the light, into the dawn. I'm running in between.